I don't remember what voice I did for her. Okay. Oh no. This is our, alright, I forgot. Alright, here we go.
This is too much.
Are you really that opposed to marrying me? I can't force you to bond against your will.
No, it's not that. It's just... Why do you even want to bond with me? Can't you just forget about all of this?
Sorry, something got caught in my throat. I wish it were that simple. Many Earth centuries ago, we Martians were at war with the Mercurians, residents of Mercury. We fought for countless years, disseminating all visible life on both of our planets, and forcing one another into our spaceships. But as the war dragged on, both sides harbored an increasing desire for peace, desperate to return and to rebuild our once beautiful planets. It was then that we reached a truce, a ceasefire agreement bound by a sacred ritual. Words are not my forte. The kind of Mercury married the queen. Oh, I think that was supposed to be king, not kind. The kind of Mercury. The king of Mercury married the queen of Mars, and the two were bound together by a powerful relic, a ring forged from rare metals, imbued with untold power. For many years, neither race bore any ill will towards the other. The original reason for the war was long forgotten, and we lived in peace together. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful, decadent period of time. One we all wished would last forever. But even then, there remained some of us who craved war. A few militants raised their heads now and then, seeking to disrupt the peace we all worked so hard to attain. And one day, following the assassination of the kind of Mercury, they succeeded. Kind! He was so kind! They stole his ring and launched him into the cosmos, desperate to prevent another bonding from ever occurring. Worse, as per their plan, mistrust over the assassination broke out, and our races faced off against one another once more. So you see, that's why I need that ring. If I do not bond with the wearer of that ring, it's only a matter of time before our planets become barren wastelands once more. I listened closely to Sienna's story, absorbing as much information as I could retain. I found it hard to believe that the ring on my finger, so ordinary in appearance, size, and weight, could be so important. Even so, as Sienna finished talking, one question bothered me more than any other.
But why me? The ritual was a gesture, right? Isn't the important part the one you marry is from Mercury?
No, that is incorrect. I apologize for using misleading terminology, but marriage is the closest thing humans have to our bonding ritual. You see, unlike marriage, causes both parties to undergo a change. Two entities from... Speak words, lady. Two entities form an unbreakable bond, one which binds their very lives together, such that the death of one would mean the death of the other. In return for the life bond, one party increases their strength, proportionally to the binding relic. If I, the Queen, were to attain the power of this ring, I could unite Mars and Mercury forevermore. Sienna spoke of enough power to rule 2 planets, but even then, she didn't appear to be happy in the slightest. The happy, naive, forceful woman I had met only yesterday was gone, replaced by a reluctant ruler. Poor Sienna.
Oh. Poor Sienna. I never would have imagined she had it so tough.
Either she gets married to whoever the ring chooses for her, or her home planet descends into war. If I were in her shoes, learn how to read, Starry. If I were in her shoes, I wouldn't know what I'd do. So it doesn't matter if your parents aren't from Mercury? Your parents' partner? Wow. The narrator keeps screwing this up. Man, it's even worse than the last time I played, huh? Not at all. As the offspring of the late Queen and King, I am half Martian, half Mercurian. My very existence is enough to unite both planets. All I need now is power. The power of the ring. The one true ring. We go to Mordor. This ring, the ring I selfishly, unknowingly bound to my own body. If it weren't for my curiosity, Sienna would have nothing to worry about. She'd have the ring, free to choose her own path, and I'd be none the wiser. But now, I understand that this is a big decision. It's not an act to be taken lightly. Nonetheless, I must ask you to expedite your decision. I will give you 1 Earth day to consider my proposal. The day after Sienna left me with her proposal, my life continued in a relatively normal fashion. I said goodbye to my father, who was still trapped inside of our pet goldfish. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. Ate breakfast, cleaned my alien wedding ring, and headed to school. To be fair, none of that was normal other than that you ate breakfast, so... Just a normal morning, without any talk of aliens, or interplanetary wars, or ceremonies of any kind. Even so, after such an abnormal day, there was no way I could go about my day in peace. Every waking moment, I wondered about what had happened, and the choice Sienna had left me.
I stayed up most of the night thinking about it. But this really isn't a decision I should be rushing. Getting married is a huge deal, especially since I'd be marrying into royalty. I'd have my own servants, I'd rule over a planet. If nothing else, it certainly wouldn't be boring. I could experience an entirely new way of life, not to mention all of the cool alien technology. And yet, do I really have the guts? I've only just met Sienna. I couldn't do something as impulsive as marry her. Could I? This whole situation is utterly absurd. How can I even consider going through with it?
And then Benjamin Franklin said, "Hey, sir, are you listening to me?" Well, that's an odd thing for him to say.
It would be exciting. No life on Earth could ever hope to compare to it. But what would I be getting myself into? I need more time, more information. The way things are, I can't...
Azure!
Eh? What's happening?
I knew it, you fell asleep in class again!
I didn't fall asleep, I just...
No more excuses. Go to the vice principal's office now.
Oh, not again. I knew I shouldn't have bothered coming to school today.
With another boring day coming to an end, I quickly made my way home. Despite being in school for the day, I spent most of my time outside of class, being reprimanded for my behavior. As a result, the day passed even more slowly than usual, giving me ample time to think about Sienna's proposal. Oh wait, is it not Sienna? Is it Sienna? Oh, I think it's Sienna, and I think I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Sienna? Yeah, no, I don't know, whatever. I'm pronouncing it Sienna.
Sienna, are you here?
I shouted into my silent home as I entered the living room. However, I could see neither hide nor hair of Sienna. My father, who was laying on the floor and floundering like a fish out of water, was the only person I could see.
Sienna?
I entered my bedroom, softly calling out as I entered. Ah, you've returned. How was the learning prison? Have you fulfilled your sentence for today? I considered correcting Sienna, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized there was nothing to correct.
I guess so, though I spent very little time actually attending class. I was mostly trapped in detention.
Ah, I see. So this is what it means to have a detention. So that is what it means to have a detention. A person from the learning prison called asking for your father and informed me that you had a detention. I asked her to elaborate, but she just told me about you, not about this concept of captivity within captivity. Once again, I couldn't fault Sienna's summation.
It's not like I was trying to get in trouble. I was just deep in thought. ...
You mean to say that it's my fault that you were punished?
Huh? No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't want to blame you. But you're right. That is what I was thinking about.
I see. Even after thinking it over all day, it was difficult to reach a decision. A single day was not enough to reach a decision on something as irreversible and life-changing as marrying the queen of another planet. Nonetheless, my deadline approached. I knew what I wanted to do.
Sienna, I want to blah 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 you.
Oh, that looks like such a dirty word. Sorry.
Eh?
What are you saying? Where did you learn to speak like that?
Huh? Did I say it wrong?
I mean, that certainly is a stage of but still, to jump straight to that.
Did I say something wrong? I was trying to use the word you used yourself, but I must have said it incorrectly. What I'm trying to say is, Sienna, will you marry me?
You mean it? You'll marry me after all?
That's right. Sienna, even if we barely know each other, the truth is my life has been more interesting these past few days than it has the rest of my life. If a life with you is even half as enjoyable, then I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Haven't you known her for less than 48 hours? I'm all for the lesbian alien love, but it's been less, you barely know this girl. She turned your dad into a fish. I don't think you want to spend your life with her. I think you just want to do the coolie things. Just saying. You really mean it? You're not just saying this out of pity or sense of duty as the ring bearer, are you?
No way! I wouldn't sign my life away over something as silly as that. Sienna, if you'll have me, then I want to be your king.
Sienna continued to stare into my eyes with a look of pure joy on her face. Tears formed at the corner of her eyes, though never streaming down her cheeks.
Ah, jeez. If Sienna starts crying, then I won't be able to hold back either.
Driven both by curiosity and desire to keep Sienna from crying, I moved on to the next step.
So, Sienna, what do we do now? How do we perform that ritual thing you were talking about?
What are you talking about, dear? You already said it yourself. In other words, we consummate our marriage.
Consummate? I don't get it.
Uh-oh. She too young for this? Sienna, is she underaged? Did you check? Did you ask to see her ID? I don't think you did. I don't like where this is going. This isn't... No. Wait. He doesn't know what this means. Well then, let me show you. I'm starting to feel really comfortable about this. Alright, I'm just gonna assume that she's overage. Sienna closed the distance between us, taking my body in her arms. She held me close, tightly squeezing my face into her breasts.
Sienna, what the heck are you doing?
Shh, just leave it to me. I may not have any experience, but if my partner is fated as her... Oh. If my partner is my fated as her, then I'll do my best. Okay. So we do miss that scene. I was wondering how far they were gonna go. But... Alright. After a long night of passionate love-making, Sienna and I awoke in one another's arms. Though we both cleaned up and dressed before bed, there was still obvious stains on the bedsheet. Just looking at Sienna was enough to make me blush. Stains! Even so, after making up my mind yesterday, I knew what I needed to do. Are you really sure about this? If you don't want to go, nobody will force you.
Will you stop saying that? I've already made up my mind.
Okay. Well then, is there anything you need to do or bring? Interplanetary travel is neither easy nor strenuous. We won't be able to return for a while if you forget something.
Hey, who do you think you're talking to? I have everything I need right here.
I patted the suitcase I packed less than 1 hour ago. Inside were mostly clothes, but I also packed a picture of my family, some snacks for the trip, and a couple of books.
Really?
Then I suppose you'll at least want to say goodbye to your father first.
My father? Why would I want to do that?
Oh, whoops, wrong voice.
I love Papa, but there's no way I can even begin to explain all of this. Let's just leave him alone. ...
I see. So be it then. We'll put your father in his original body, and we'll be on our way. Oh, that's so mean. That is so mean. Like, her father wasn't particularly nasty to her. The least she could do is, be like, erase his memory or something. Like, come on. Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's just really mean. Sienna touched her arm guard. Sorry. Sienna touched her arm guard as though typing on a computer. She input the necessary commands, and a moment later, sounds began to emit from downstairs. My eyes! Dear God, what happened to my eyes?
Oops. I
I guess that's what happens when you've gone a few days without blinking. Your father appears to be in a lot of pain.
Don't worry about Papa. He's tough.
Right. Well, just remember all of this when you become a father.
Me? Become a father? Good one, Sienna. But I know that's not possible. Even if a girl can be king, it's still impossible for me to impregnate someone.
Oh, I see. So two partners must be of the opposite sex for procreation between humans to work, That explains a lot. But we aren't human, are we? Not both of us, at least. So worry not, my king, I shall bear your child yet! ...
You will?
Absolutely! In fact, after the wild night we shared last night, I have little doubt your seed has already been planted. What?
Huh? What are you talking about? How's that possible?
It's simple. During our bonding, we exchanged ample body fluids. Using the excessive amount of DNA I extracted from you, my body will begin to create and nurture life. This is how humans procreate too, correct? ...
Well, she's not wrong, but I don't know if I'm really cut out to be a father. But there's no use complaining about it now.
Indeed. Well then, let us be off. We have a planet to rule, my liege, and a lot of work ahead of us. I got an achievement. The end. Okay, so I thought it was going to be more of a dating sim, but it was just a flat-out visual novel, which I'm okay with. It went by really fast, and it was kind of cute. But yeah, I mean, I had fun. I think I don't know if I'd recommend it to other people so much, but if someone asked me about it, I'd say it was cute, you know? Oh, there's more! Since the day Sienna and I left Earth, many months have gone by. I have been living on Mars, slowly being groomed into the role of king, preparing to rule by Sienna's side. Our daily lives have been busy, filled with duties I never thought royalty would need to concern themselves with. But even then, it's been anything but boring. Aww! Oh my gosh! He looks so cute! Aww! Okay, I'm alright. I take back what I said about the game. This little snapshot of them is just too adorable. Look, my king. The resurrection of yet another monolith is nigh complete. At this rate, our civilization will be rebuilt sooner than I dared dream. No sooner had we announced our marriage than the reconstruction of Mars began. Every day, the people of Mars have been working hard, rebuilding cities long and forgotten. Amazing to think that we've already made it this far. I never knew
being king could feel so rewarding.
It's only the start, my love. Just you wait. By this time next year on Earth, you'll be taking part in yet another rewarding venture. Sienna patted her stomach as she spoke. Lady pregnant. Lady double mommies. Woo!
She's talking about children again? I'm thankful that Sienna put off that particular aspect of marriage while we rebuild Mars, but is it really that important that we have children so soon? At any rate, I can't wait to see Mars once the reconstruction is complete. It will be wonderful to see a civilization you knew from childhood.
Indeed, though not as wonderful as. as Sienna... Gundam! We have a Gundam! It's a Gundam! Sorry. Okay. As Sienna and I spoke of peace and revitalization, we were greeted by a painful reminder of how far we had to go. What appeared before our eyes was a semi-autonomous fighting unit designed for implementary war. Fortunately, the unit had appeared before us belonged to the kingdom, not our adversaries, so we were not at risk. Nonetheless, it's almost time, huh? This really won't end without a fight. The unit that appeared before us surfaced in response to a growing need and to the danger we would soon face. As a tool of war, its presence signified the start of true conflict, our strongest asset in any light from here on out brought to the surface. I wonder how long this is going to be. The mightiest war machine at our disposal, the personal fighting unit of the late King Mercury.
That's the machine I'll have to use, right?
Although Sienna kept relatively silent on the subject, I had already figured out that much on my own. As the new king of Mars, and by extension, the Sienna's lineage, the new king of Mercury, that machine was rightfully mine. Furthermore, it is said that only a true ruler can pilot such a massive unit, leaving only Sienna and I capable of taking up the reins. But with absolutely no experience fighting, let alone using such a machine, the whole concept scares me. If it comes to that, yes. War is already imminent, and you will be more of a target than any other. If the dissenters breach our defenses, you may have no choice. Sienna sounded remorseful as the foreboding message left her mouth. True to her words, while many were thrilled to hear of our union, others saw it as a betrayal of the people and an excuse to escalate the ongoing conflict.
It's scary to think that we're already facing the possibility of death. Back on Earth, I would have jumped at the opportunity to pilot something like that, but now...
Agreed. This is not what I wanted to spend our early days together. This is not how I wanted to spend our early days together, ruling side by side. However, as tough as it may be, we cannot allow ourselves to show weakness, neither in front of our enemies nor our allies. We bear the will of the people on our shoulders, and we must put up a brave front. We must continue the hard work for the sake of the people, of our people. And if war truly is the only way to settle this, we'll be ready. That was really cute. Alright, so I don't know if that means there's gonna be another game or what, but that little end bit I think was worth it, because I feel like that if there's another game, it's gonna be really interesting and fun. And we're gonna have more, if there's gonna be another game, I'd play it. But yeah, so that was Written in the Sky. You can play it on Steam for free. It's a cute little game, and yeah. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can find it for yourselves. Yep.